Yes.
Holy shit, Kevin!
Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but the Kevin and Zach. Kevin, I'm not going to lie.
Now we're not gonna a carved penguin. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Bird Fish!
How about that?
Bird Fish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
A win's a win. A win's a win. Man, I think they had us in the first half. They had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. They had us in the first half. When Charlie Morton, it was 4-1. I was not feeling great. I was feeling very much like this team. What are we doing? Why are we imploding? But what have we talked about over the past 13 games that's different about this team now versus then? It's that this team doesn't roll over. This team doesn't have quit. There is no longer that, we're down, screw it. I don't care. It's the Athletics. I get it. They're a bad team. They haven't been playing well. I get that. But this team we saw earlier this year multiple times fall behind bad teams, and it was done. 2-3-0 in the first inning, game's over. They didn't let it spiral. They didn't let it snowball. They fought. They chipped away. They got back even. They went ahead, and then they slammed the door. That's what you want to see. The energy out of this team. Gunnar Henderson playing with his hair on fire again. Colton Cowser, that ball had a family. That ball had a family. I saw someone say it in the chat, and they're so right. Everyone be safe out there. That ball should be landing soon. Ramon Laureano, welcome back. I guess I was going to say to Oakland. I guess it's not really welcome back to Oakland, but you get the point. Really great night. Orioles, 2 outs, no one on. How did they do it? Adley double, Gunner single, tie ball game. It's things like that we've been asking for. The fight. I almost want to call it a never say die attitude because it feels more like that 2023 vibe with this team where they're not going to roll over. They're not going to. They see it, okay, we fell down 4-1. Screw it. We're just going to have to find a way. Orioles fall down 4-1 in the first inning, then shut them out. Shut them out the rest of the way. Charlie Morton, I guess he didn't allow a run the rest of after that tough first inning, but Not his best start. We'll get into that. And then bullpen, though, lights out. Bullpen absolutely lights out tonight. That's exactly what you want to see. But if you're new to the channel, this is Kevin and Zach React. Go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. Joining me is my co-host, Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, hey, back in it. You know, fell behind early, and I won't lie. I said it. It wasn't looking great. When Morton was out there, 4-1, stay still at bases loaded, I was asking myself, shit, are we about to find ourselves in a 7-8-1 game in the first inning, and we're going to have to sit here and just suffer through it? But, man, this team turned it around. It's what we've been asking for all year. Find a way to just win games, come back.
Yeah, these are the types of wins that honestly feel the best to me. Blowout games, you can sit back and relax. But, this team faced adversity, and I know that everybody said it. I think maybe even you said it. Mm-hmm. This is a game the Orioles would have lost under Brandon Hyde in the second inning. It would have been done. And you see the fight, which is great. Still disappointing they lost the first game of the series here. But, it would have been even more disappointing. They lost the second game of the series too. So it looks like it was headed that way. And shout out, obviously the offense puts the runs on the board, but that bullpen, man, just complete and utter dominance. Shout out to Matt Bowman, Keegan Aiken doing his job. Look, the Orioles used almost all their pitchers.
Six guys out of the bullpen.
Yeah. And every guy showed up. And that's the type of stuff that you need. And luckily for the Orioles, Morton was really bad. And I'm sure we'll get into, what they need to do with him. But Morton giving up only 4 was a godsend. I say only 4. Because if this was like 6 or 7 and Mancelino let that thing go for a little longer to say, okay, we need the pitches, we need him to eat an inning here, we really need to get him to go 3, let's say. Mm-hmm. That is that sinks you more because clearly he did not have it. And I give Mancelino a lot of credit for pulling the plug when he did there. And Bowman comes in, gets high quality outs. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the A's had a base runner in a lot of situations, or maybe they got 2 on. But again, this really the definition when it's not going completely horrendous for this pitching staff is they'll give up a hit or 2, but they will strand the base runners.
Kevin, this team loves to be like, okay, we're going to get out of the inning. We're going to shut them out the rest of the way. But there will be a guy at second at least once an inning. He's not going to score, but at least once an inning where either it's going to be 2 walks, a single and a walk, and somehow we're going to get a guy at second. It is just to the point where you love their ability to escape. It is, don't get me wrong. I love the adrenaline rush of the big strikeout with a guy on second. That's fun and all. Just would prefer maybe we not have to get to that point. But overall, it lights out from the bullpen. Just I won't say lights out because, like you said, they had a lot of walks. It was a tough night with a lot of base runners on, but they grinded and they did exactly what you wanted. And yeah, that really, Kevin,
man, and him standing in there like he did, and
the rant I would have been on if they would have called.
That would have been dumb. That would have been so dumb. I'm glad they kept it.
And I like the
peace in the world.
Ramon Laureano is becoming just another 3-hit game.
They don't even have their producer. And
he's coming back in another home run today. And speaking of, because this kind of goes into our conversation, Trevor Rogers today, 6 2/3, 11 hits, not great. 2 runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts. So topped out at 94.23. Over his last 3 starts, this is according to Jacob Calvin-Meyer, Trevor Rogers has 18 2/3 innings, 20 hits, 4 runs, 0 walks. Awesome. 12 strikeouts. That is a 1.93 ERA and a 107 whip. So the hits are a little concerning, but the no walks, it's not every day you see a guy give up 11 hits and only 2
one
runs.
of the weirder stat lines I think you'll see.
Yeah. So maybe it's one of those things where I wouldn't personally, I would rather, with Rogers pitching well, give him the chance. Like
100%, not even a question.
I'd be just the upside. And also, like, let's be honest, it shouldn't be a part of the reason that you kind of force Rogers, but
I mean, yeah, he should be here already.
What they gave up for him.
Well, I'm not forcing it because of what they gave up for him. I'm forcing it because he deserves it. You know, like if he was bad, he's bad. You know, if he wasn't playing well, he was, in which he was not at the beginning of the year, and obviously past trade deadline last year. But you know, it's not like the Orioles are should force this because they gave up Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers for him. Like Rogers deserves a chance. Like he went out there and bowled for them.
It's not like he's just pitching well in AAA. He has one time up here. What was it? 6 2/3, 7 shutout ball. I mean, it was great. So why not? Why not? I mean, what? So after the I would assume so he wouldn't obviously. I'm trying to line up right now when the who do they play right after the Tigers? Why am I blanking? Is that when they go?
Isn't it the Rays?
I was gonna say, is that when they get into the Rays?
I think it's Rays Yankees, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, it's Angels. Angels. I'd let him get the start against the Angels. He is projected Charlie Morton and
all right. I skipped over the Angels.
Yeah, Morton and Rogers are both scheduled then to pitch on Friday because of off days. And
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's the same day.
I would let Rogers, and I know maybe that's very short-sighted because of things that have been happening, and because yes, Morton has been pitching well, and I'm not saying. I mean, I hate to be the shitty guy to say this, but maybe shoulder soreness. And he's out in the IL for 10 days, and then Morton just comes back. I think you have to find a way.
I'm completely fine with him being in the bullpen. I am completely okay with it.
Okay, well, Scott Blue.
I just think in shorter spurts he's fine, but I don't know if it's expectations. But in the bullpen, he really hasn't. I don't have his bullpen stats in front of me, and maybe I'm completely wrong. But just off of vibes, I feel like it hasn't been that bad when he's been a long man for them. So if they're dead set on I don't think he should be on the roster. I've said that before. But if they're dead set on keeping him, I'm fine with the outcome of just hey, I me being a guy that doesn't want Morton on the roster anymore. If I have to accept it, I would rather accept it in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Because I think that you do want to give Rogers a shot and give him, by the way, a fair shot. Do not give him one start. It goes medium well, and then that wasn't good enough. Goodbye. Give him a couple of starts here. Now, there's a risk in that because you need to win all the games you can, which again is why last night stung so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like if you got a guy down there that's doing that, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and give the guy a chance,
Yeah. And you talk about, the loss last night, and I agree with you about, giving Rogers a chance. We talked about the loss last night. It stings because now you have to win today. Obviously, they got the job done. Win tomorrow to get back to 10 games under. You face a very tough Detroit team, so you do kind of feel bad about not grabbing that win yesterday.
Yeah.
But if you win tomorrow, you now have the opportunity to go 5-1 on this West Coast road trip. If you would have told us with the way they were playing, kind of building momentum, hey, you're going to take 5-1 in this road trip, Kevin, we'd be all over it. So I'm still there in a good spot. Yesterday is very frustrating, especially it's like all season. It's not just that they lost, it's the way they lost. It's the opportunities they had. That's what was frustrating about it. But you still have this golden opportunity in front of you to go 5-1 on the road trip. You would be 11-3 over your last 14. So you gain 8 games on 500 in the last 14. And I think this is something where, yes, you got to maybe finally find a way to sneak out 2 wins against the Tigers. You should be able to take 2 of 3 versus the Angels. But it's all about just chipping away. Getting back to 500 by the All-Star break, by, the trade deadline. So while it is disappointing we didn't win yesterday, it is nice at least to have the opportunity to go 5-1 and Tagano on the mound. So let's see.
I mean, I have all the confidence in the world in Tomo right now.
Yeah. But Kevin, let's we've talked a lot about pitching more than everything. Let's talk about in the bullpen. Let's talk about the offense. Great day offensively. Obviously, you get the 7 runs. Gunnar 3-hit game. Ramon Laureano 3-hit game. Kowser 2-hit game, including that 455-foot just monster.
Yeah, I'm not sure that thing is landed yet. Is that thing still going?
Unreal. Also got 4 walks on the day from the team. Carlson, Urias, Rutschman, Holiday. Holiday also hustled out that one. Put pressure on the defense. Good things happen. O'Hearns gets a hit, a run, and RBI. Just it feels good. It feels like this team, unfortunately, everyone but Maverick Hamley, everyone was putting up just great at-bats. Everyone was going out there. They had a mission that was passing the baton, and really it felt like one of those games were 1 through 9, 1 through 8 maybe probably, really had something going where, 1 through 7 all scored a run. I'm looking at that right now, and then Carlson in the 8th spot walked. So, you look at production, that's awesome. If everyone in your 1 through 7 scores a run, you're doing something right. So, especially, I think what's impressive is, Kevin, they had bases loaded, no outs in the first, and they got 1 run. Then they allowed 4 runs in the bottom half. This team would have probably allowed 7 runs before in the first inning. But this team would have rolled over. This team a month ago, this team would have lost this game 8-9-1.
I can't even believe the storylines we're talking about when they won the game. Bases loaded, no outs, they get 1 run. Morton gives up 4 in the bottom of the first, and they win, and they win it decently comfortably. And the one of the best things to me is that, you look at it and we know this team, Zach, we've fried them for being a home run or bust team. They're hitting situationally better. It's guys are actually trying to poke balls the other way or, get a bloop single down so a guy can score instead of just swinging for the fences every time. It's situational baseball, situational hitting, and situational base running. And it's first of all, it's better to watch. And second of all, it results in more wins. You get 3 of your 7 runs on the day off of homers, with Laureano with the 2-run and then Kowser with his solo. But then it's 2 out hitting. Adley gets on, Gunnar brings him home. That was a big run for them. And other guys are getting on base. It feels like they're more of a well-oiled machine. It feels like, honestly, I know it's just kind of, I don't know, feels like a okay, duh type of statement for me here, but it feels like they're a team where it just felt like before that they were just individual hitters. And that to me is what we saw back in 2023 in the first half of 2024. And then it just felt like everybody was trying to hit the solo shot. Where now it feels like they're playing with each other instead of just next to each other. And oh, you're behind me, you're in front of me, cool, dude, go do your thing. It's hey, let's work together and find a way to get everybody home. And that results in more wins for you.
Yeah, I think it's, Kevin, we've talked about this. This team, if they start snowballing, they start Kevin, how many times we've talked about how much this team relies on that one person kind of getting the other people going. When this team's rolling, they're dangerous. It's about continuing to consistently get them going that way. So we're seeing it now, and I feel like it's been like that throughout this, winning stretch where the offense is going one after the other. And now hopefully in the next, I think probably when they get back to Baltimore, we're going to see Westberg. He had his second home run in as many days in AAA today. Another addition. Then obviously you get Kowser. So Will Kowser's back. I feel like the additions, from the injury list, it really does feel like this team is poised to maybe make some noise. Not guaranteeing they're going to be back if, they're going to go make the playoffs and make a deep run. But I think it is very, very possible for this team to kind of get something going. And I think they're trending in the right direction.
Yeah. And it's, man, why couldn't they just win last night, man? If it's the vibes, we'd be going crazy. And not that we're like not, because it was an impressive win today.
We'd be at 8 straight. It'd be feeling very. If we were at 8 straight right now,
I would have loved it. But like you said, right? 5-1 on this road trip. You take that. Let's hope they can get the win tomorrow. And this was their stretch of like, hey, if you want to get back in it, you got to do this. You got to beat these teams. You got to start to make a little bit of a push here. Mm-hmm. And, then you enter a pretty rough stretch of games. A lot of decent to very good teams coming up with the Tigers, Angels, Rays, Yankees. You can even look a little further down that. Well, the Rangers have been bad this year. But then you get the Rays again. You get a lot of Rangers games in here. Maybe you can get some momentum there. But the Braves are having a time this year. Braves are having a time. Scott Blewett revenge series. Are we calling that?
Craig Kimbrell's not there. Could you imagine if he was still there, the Craig Kimbrell revenge story? Also, I have to bring this up. What, AJ? What was going on? AJ
was it Frozen? I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
AJ, I'm confused because AJ was discussing things we were talking about.
No. Look, he says this was 6 minutes ago. I've never heard of that happening before.
AJ, we've been going for 22 minutes and 54 seconds.
Huh. I have never heard that happen before.
That is okay.
AJ's a new trendsetter.
That's interesting. You know what? I'll give it to him.
Welcome in, AJ.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. But AJ was responding, I guess, because
he was talking in the chat.
Yeah, I guess people in the chat, because AJ was
he was second-handedly getting the stream from the chat. Because we were talking about something, then the chat was talking about it, then AJ saw the chat talking about it, and then he was talking like he knew what we were talking about when he didn't actually know what we were talking about. Man, yeah, shout out to you, AJ. Shout out to you, AJ, for waiting around.
AJ was just so excited about a win. He was
apparently Joe says it happens to him too. I've never heard of this before, huh? That is weird.
If that happens to you, just kind of hit that reset button, I guess. But Kevin, let's shorter show night because it is so late, and I gotta be up at 7:45 in the morning.
I did get up at 10:48 a.m. today. It was brutal. I am extremely exhausted. I actually don't feel very good. I'm kind of powering through right now. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
So shorter columns tonight.
Well. We're gonna try us greeting you, saying, "Hey, what's on your mind?" You just talk. Give us what you have on your mind. Zach and I are not going to say a word, and then once you're done, we will respond to that. So it'll be more of like a radio. That's what we were talking about last night. So again, we even had it happen last night where we had people waiting, and then The reason we're doing it is to honestly limit ourselves. It's not any fault of who calls in. It's Zach and I get too caught up with talking to the.
I just like talking ball. It's like
Dude, me too, man.
well, I guess welcome to the stream. I guess quickest time ever from show start time to call-ins. About a minute and a half. AJ, welcome in.
Welcome, AJ.
I don't want to talk about it. Also, just so you know, I tried to do the whole just talk and get off thing yesterday, and y'all just started talking.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. It's not anybody's fault but the two of ours. It's nobody's fault.
All right, let me go through the.
All right, what's on your mind, AJ? Let's go.
I was so down at the start of this game. Morton looked like vintage Orioles Charlie Morton. The Orioles, bases loaded, nobody out. I would love to know the stats on us bases loaded with no outs because they have to be terrible. They have to be
I don't even know
absolutely abysmal. Matt Bowman isn't going to get any credit, but he's one of the MVPs of this game. He went 2 1/3 and made the bullpen actually function. If we don't get a long middleman there, we're toast. Bautista didn't look clean, but he still got the save. Relievers only gave up 2 hits in 6 2/3 innings. And Gunnar Henderson, have yourself a day. Defense, offense, base running. I can't believe Buck Britton sent him there when rest of the time up, he's had some of the worst holds I've ever seen, and he sends him on that. I mean, it worked out, but I was like, Gunnar hasn't even touched third, and he has the ball. But great day for
Buck Britton. Talk about a gutsy send.
Ballsy send right there.
I couldn't believe it.
If they had overturned that obstruction call or whatever, Manzolino needed to get thrown out of the game. But fortunately, New York didn't screw us.
I had a tweet ready. I deleted. I had a very heavily worded.
Yeah, we have to see what that is now.
But O's came back down 4, and bullpen was nails. That's the important part.
I love it. The resiliency is what you want to see. And, we've talked about the fight. And, look, even if they don't make the playoffs this year, even if it starts going sour again, at least we saw that a change was what they needed, at least for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
and we all knew it.
We're talking playoffs.
I'm not saying playoffs. I'm just saying
3 for 8 RISP, though. That's much better today, and that's the last thing I'll say.
Yeah, love it, man. Well, AJ, appreciate you calling in. Welcome into the stream. Glad you're here. Glad you waited along with us.
I missed the call-ins because I've just been staring at the fucking waiting screen.
AJ, I literally at one point was about to pull up one of your comments to talk about Maverick Handley defensively, playing well, and you would have had no idea.
Clueless. He's a wizard, though.
He is. He's
talking to me. Kick me off the damn stream.
All right, do it, Zach. Get him off.
I'll see you later.
Appreciate you, AJ. Look at AJ.
Way to hold us accountable. Way to hold us accountable. That's what we love here. I love it. But let's head into our next guy. We got Gordon behind the scenes.
Yes. Do y'all see that? Let's see. But
there it is. Zach, where's your athlete? You gotta match him.
But yeah. Hey, look, don't mind. I was having a date night with my girlfriend. We were watching Until Dawn. I got a huge, what is it, like a dog bed? Like a huge old dog bed. So yeah, we're just chilling here. Well,
That's
she's over
dope.
here knocked out and everything. But yeah, this man, at the beginning of this game, I was screaming at the TV and I just was like, man, please do not tell me that we are reverting back to our old ways. Please do not tell me we are reverting back to our old ways. Charlie Morton had me. I tweeted, I said, dang, it's the middle of the second inning and I'm already turning the game off. Bases loaded, no outs. We get a pop out and then a double play. And then I know it was windy and the ball is blowing, and then just seeing that and then just everything that preceded it just was, my God. But hey, Orioles got the win.
They got the win.
That we got the win.
I'm just exactly. I'm just glad the resiliency. I think it was any other time they go down 4-1. Any other time this year, I thought Gordon. I couldn't agree. I literally was like, awesome. I was like, this is literally. I was like, we lost the swagger against the Athletics. Literally. I was like, the team we all kind of penciled in as at least we'll sweep them. At least we'll take 2 of 3 at worst. It's like this is where we're getting humbled.
What were they? They were 1 out of their last 19 or like something like that for
Yeah, it
that
was like
game.
2 out of 20 or 2 out of 21 or
Yeah,
something.
I was,
Like some
but
crazy.
I had my girlfriend. She was like, just take a deep breath. The game's not over. And I was like, you don't understand this team, but we have fight, and that's something great to say. We have fight. This team is like there was a switch in this team, like before, like how you always say, Zach, like, but and it's true. Like this team would have literally given up. We would have folded. We would have put our tucked out tails between our legs. But we have fight. Even in the game yesterday, like I really wasn't mad that we lost. You're not going to win every game, and it sucked. And we wish we would have won. But it's not like it was just you know 27 at bat or 28. How many outs there are in the game? At bats of what's his name? Hessen Kersted's 1, 2, 3 at bats. Good thing it wasn't anything like that. Like we were still competitive in our game, and like the fact that we came back and the play that doesn't like what is that? That's going to get overlooked is Bowman, but that cutoff from Gunnar Henderson was ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
And then Maverick Hanley, the fact that he got smacked coming in, and the fact that he held that ball was crazy. Like I'm glad they didn't call like obstruction because obviously that would have happened against the Orioles. But like that was just a phenomenal play, and the fact that we came back just was, man. I'm starting to fall in love with this team again. Never lost love, but like I'm starting to enjoy. Hey, Orioles it's Orioles baseball today.
Yeah.
I love, yeah. I'm so ecstatic with like just the fight. Like that's what everybody here wanted. I mean, that was the whole point that we've made, and this point that everybody's made, and I'll just keep saying it. Where like, even if they fired Hyde and nothing changed, at least they showed that they, were willing to make a change, and I would have been fine with them, just showing a fight and even just like continuing to lose because at least it showed that they cared. Now we're seeing the fight. We're seeing that it is better. You're beating teams you're supposed to beat for the most part. Obviously, we're not going to talk about last night, but this is what they were supposed to do for the most part. Now you got to go home. You got to play some tough teams, and we're going to find out what this team is really made of. I think these next 4 series with Detroit, Los Angeles, Tampa, and New York, we'll see what this team is made of there, and I'm excited to see it. So we'll see.
Trust me, we'll get it done. I said the Orioles always play down to their competition. We played the Mariners, we swept them, and then I said we're gonna go out there have some good games against the Mariners because it's like the teams that we are, I guess, supposed to lose by because obviously this year we make them look bad, but the bad teams we literally stoop down to their level or even worse. And that's just kind of the Ravens and like a Baltimore thing, like Ravens and Orioles. But it's like if the Raven Orioles continue to play the way that they're playing like now and winning games and are competitive in the games that they lose, and let's say we're like 4 games out of the 4 or 5 games out of the wild card spot, what do you see the Orioles doing? Like, do you like, or not even what do you see the Orioles doing? What would you like to see? Like, would you want to see us get a pitcher, or would you want us to get a more reliable at bat to put in a certain hole of our lineup?
I'd probably say pitching. I think that when everybody's healthy, they have enough. I'd say definitely a pitcher for me. Zach, what about you? Are you gonna?
Calvin, the guy.
Can you hear me?
What?
I asked,
I'm
what
not
about
gonna lie,
you?
it was the last like 10 seconds.
Oh, Gordon
That's why I
asked.
was like looking at you guys like, did you guys?
No,
I thought you was trying to insinuate something with the Cowser, like you don't need it.
Oh no, I was sitting there, I was
Yeah.
like, did it freeze? I was like, what's going on?
Oh no, I was asking. I said if the Orioles are like 4 or 5 games out of the wild card, like out of like in the perfect world, what would you want the Orioles to do? Like who would you want the Orioles to go get, either be pitching or hitting? Like would you want them to get a pitcher or would you want them to get
You gotta
a
get
more
you gotta get a
reliable?
pitcher. They
You
gotta
think
get a
so?
pitcher. They gotta get a pitcher.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
I trust this offense to turn around more than I trust the talent. I know the talent that they have batting. Just offensively, I've seen the potential they have. I think they have a lot less potential pitching. So, yeah, Gordon, appreciate you calling in as always.
Appreciate you, man.
you staying up with us.
Yes, 2:04 a.m. You guys get your 3 hours of sleep because I'm pretty sure y'all got it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
Well,
about you, Kevin, because you
yeah,
sleep late,
that seems like a good day for me.
Yeah.
So,
But you guys be
appreciate
safe.
you, Gordon.
Appreciate y'all. We'll get
Yes,
the
sir.
next game tomorrow. So
Man, I'm hoping.
yeah.
I'm hoping. Let's
Is
do it. All right,
no
Gordon.
game starts at 4 tomorrow, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's 3. Is it at 3 or
We're-
4? I'm
Because
probably
it's
I'm
3
probably
hours.
wrong.
If
I'm
it's
probably
Sunday
wrong.
at
I'm
a 1
probably wrong.
o'clock game, it would
It's
be
4. It's 4. I'm wrong. I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay, so yeah, you guys be safe. Have a good night. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I should know by tomorrow, but hopefully got some good things coming up with hopefully with like some business going on with the Orlando Magic. So we'll see. We'll
Ooh,
see.
all
So,
right. Well, wishing you good luck on that. And if
yes,
it does
yes,
happen, you're able to share with us. So if you're able to,
yes,
let us
yes.
know what's going on.
I'll put it in. I'll speak it into the air and make it a thing. So it'll happen.
Let's
So
go. Let's do
yeah,
it.
but
Let's do
you
it.
guys
Love
be
it.
safe. Appreciate it.
You
Love
too,
you
man.
guys.
Appreciate you calling in as
Let's
always,
go.
man.
Appreciate you, Gordon.
All right.
Awesome. Let's keep it rolling. We got Joe behind the scenes. Joe, how we doing?
Oh, I know it was a good day for you down there in Arkansas.
Yes, it was. It was a good day. I'm exhausted, but
I'm with you.
we'll do three quick hits and we'll get out of here.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. The Razorbacks won. That was good. Zach Root was absolutely amazing. In the 6th inning, they had to hold him back. He got a little electric coming off the mound.
All right.
Yeah, I saw that clip. I saw that clip.
That was pretty amazing. Get him tomorrow, and we go to Omaha. So far as I know, only one team has advanced, and that's the Fun Belt, baby. Coastal. They're in.
Don't sleep on the Fun Belt, Joe. You've been telling us the whole time. Don't
I'm on
sleep.
a mission. I'm on a mission. You know what the mission is?
What's the mission?
Our guy Jason Moore is a huge Coastal fan. We're getting Jason on ESPN. We're getting that motherfucker a kidney.
Let's do it.
Oh, all right. I'm with that.
You guys,
I'm with that.
have you heard of the Jello shots they do at Rocco's?
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
I tweeted it up to Rocco's that the donation for, instead of the food bank to South Carolina, it should be to the kidney research. And
Okay.
let's try to get awareness out there and see if we can find Jason a kidney.
That's a great cause. I love it.
There's no way in hell I'm rooting for the chance to get a natty, but the Razorbacks can whoop their ass in the finals. That's fine.
Oh man. I love that. Yeah, that's a great idea.
You guys got to tweet that out. Let's see if we can get Rocco's to for once do something right, Rocco.
Yeah, that's always a tough.
See what we can do.
Hopefully for Jason, he'll do it.
The Orioles, they did great. We went from this roller coaster of fandom. We suck again to tell everybody we're back up, all in the span of an hour.
Yeah, so, I've been there too many times with all the teams I root for.
I sent my dad a text because they live north of Sacramento. When Calzer hit that home run, I said, "Go check the backyard. I think Colton just sent you something."
I wouldn't be shocked if it was there.
Yeah, they're about 25 miles north, so.
Yeah, probably pretty close to where that landed.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we'll get them tomorrow.
Hopefully.
We got the grass mowed today. We got everything we need done. So it's Hogs and Orioles in the afternoon.
Let's do it.
Love it.
Big day. Joe, appreciate you. Appreciate you staying up with us.
Appreciate you, Joe. Yeah. And
Streak is alive.
2 a.m. is not an easy thing, man. Shout out to you for doing it.
It's hanging on by a thread, but I'm awake.
Well, get some rest now, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Later,
appreciate you,
appreciate you, Joe.
Awesome. Let's end to our last caller of the night. We got Andy. Andy, what's
going on, man?
What's up, guys? Mind is active again.
Let's go. Night Owls, unite.
Exactly. And what I also love is great winning baseball. He got RBI sac flies in the first inning. And then, like you guys talked about, Morton just tossing up a bunch of cookies up there, looked like Kimbrel from last season.
Yeah.
But you got Morton, finding a way to somehow get 8 outs. So I guess I appreciate the effort there. And then, Matt Bowman, great outing. And then just, not rolling over. Got that fight there. And just to piggyback off of what AJ said, I looked it up on Baseball Savant. Bases loaded, we actually have the 9th best batting average at 310 with the bases loaded.
Oh, wow.
But the interesting thing here is that if you go with runners in scoring position, we are the worst in the league at 211. And I don't understand how that works, but that's what it says. So
honestly, I thought they'd been hitting better recently. I mean, I know it still hasn't been like wonderful, but felt like to me they were doing better with runners in scoring position. Once the bases were loaded, they just didn't know how to hit it anymore.
Yeah. Well, before it was like historic levels bad. Now we're last, but we're just slightly behind the White Sox at 213.
Yeah, they were hitting 190 for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're at 192 a few weeks ago, which is really, really bad.
Yeah. I jumped in a little bit late, so I don't know if you guys talked about roster decisions coming up soon, but you see Gary Sanchez there.
Yeah.
Gotta say, Maverick Hanley didn't have the best at bats, but he's controlling the pitching staff, I feel like, very well. I like his, just his moxie, his confidence in interviews and stuff. It's not boastful. It's just he seems like, he's very confident in himself. And I don't see us just eating the contract of Gary Sanchez, but that's kind of what I would go for.
That's what I would do.
And then we got Westberg as well. So I don't know what happens there. I guess there's the Kjerstad potential, thing looming that if he gets sent down, I think, Kevin, you were talking about it. It might be over for him. I don't know if there's necessarily, that's looming right now, but could be close. So I don't know if you guys have thoughts on upcoming roster decisions here.
Yeah, I think Rivera gets sent down for Westberg. I think that's just, or I guess, what would that
I forgot
be?
he was on the team. Yeah,
I guess DFA'd because I don't think he has any. So he would probably be DFA'd. And then, gosh, I would keep Maverick. I think he's just such a better offensively. Gary offers you upside, but he doesn't give you consistency. Like he just is. When it's bad, it's just as bad. So I would almost rather just have someone who the pitchers like throwing to. He's fantastic defensively, and I feel like Handley is just like a grinded out guy, team first guy. I'd rather have that. I feel like he fits more of the backup catcher role than per se a guy who's going to be a liability or below average defensively and not too great batting as well.
Yeah.
I
That's pretty much where I'm at, but yeah. O'Neal. I forgot about O'Neal. See that in the chat.
Yeah, no, I've legitimately forgotten about him at points this year.
I guess that
$50 million man. I forgot about. Yeah, I know. It's
nice little opt in for him next year. So
God, I would pay him so much money to decline it.
You pay him the whole contract to decline.
Yeah, pay him the whole contract.
Just buy him out. That's what I'd do. So, oh man, well, Andy, appreciate you calling in, man. Hopefully they can get this dub tomorrow, and hope you calling again soon, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for staying up.
All right, Andy. Yeah.
Awesome, Andy. Appreciate you. Awesome. And finally, we got Laura.
One more popping in late. A late edition.
Laura, how we feeling?
Tired. Tired.
I hear you. I hear you.
But good tired because we won.
All that matters.
The O's are fine. 7 out of 8. I mean, again, they're going on a good run here, So let's just get the win tomorrow. We can win the series. And then who do we have after that?
Tigers and Angels.
Tigers, Angels, Rays, Yankees are the next 4.
Okay, the Tigers are going to be tough. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd be surprised if they win any of those games. So just be prepared. Angels.
Angels are a weird team.
They are a weird team. I know when we saw them a few weeks ago, they were number 1 in the West. I believe they're number 2 now. I believe the Astros have come back up. We should beat the Angels, though. Even though we didn't before, we legitimately made their pitchers look like freaking Cy Young winners.
Yeah.
But again, now that we're on this newer trajectory, I'm not saying we're necessarily going to sweep them. Again, if we can take 2 out of 3, I'd be a happy camper. So
Yeah.
I would too. If you just keep as much as, we were like, you got to sweep the Athletics, you got to sweep the White Sox. Taking 2 out of 3 against good teams, above 500 teams is going to help you. If you can find a way to take 2 of 3 versus, if you can sneak 2 of 3 versus the Tigers, that's going to have to be the first 2 because projected on Thursday's Tariq Skubal. So, then you're going to have to find a way. Take 2 of 3 from the Angels, go that's the Rays. Take 2 of, if you can just find a way to keep taking 2 of 3, it's going to take time, but you'll find yourself back at 500.
And we are 10 under 500 now?
11.
Okay.
They would have been
Progress.
9. They would have been 9 if they won yesterday.
Okay. But like I said, progress. Did the Yankees win?
No, they did not.
Okay,
Red
so see,
Sox
we're
won.
still making progress on them.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm more so looking at the
we're going
wild
to
card
catch the
spots.
Yankees in the East. But
Yeah, I'm more looking at the wild card spots as opposed to the East at
Which,
this point.
speaking of, the Orioles are 7.5 games out of a wild card.
Exactly. So I look horrible.
So doable. It's so doable. It's so doable.
So that's all I got for right now. Game is at 4 tomorrow. I'll try and look better. Being in the middle of the day.
2:15 in the morning. I'm exhausted too, Laura. I have to record another bonus.
You
episode.
exhausted? That's a damn lie, Kevin.
You're
just now getting going.
The one time that I tried to like actually kind of let like my enthusiasm go a little bit and act like the way that I like to let the exhaustion show a little bit.
Right.
Everybody was like, "Oh, what Kevin's just that he's all down in the dumps and he, where's the energy?" So, you got to fight through the exhaustion by showing the energy or else people will get on you, as I have learned. So, exhaustion's not an excuse for not.
We know
being
you're a
energetic,
vampire, Kevin. This is prime time for you. You're pale. You stay up all night. Come on.
The difference is that I didn't get to sleep until 1 today. I had to wake up at 10:48. So
exactly.
that was the last one. So tomorrow I'll be a little more well rested.
Let us all get some rest.
Yes, everybody get some rest.
So that way we can be up for another Orioles win.
Yeah. I keep on winning and the energy will keep on coming.
We're fine-ish. We win tomorrow. Maybe I put the shirt back on.
Maybe.
Yeah, I love it.
I did wash it today, so.
Hey, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
Awesome, Laura. Appreciate you.
Wait.
Laura.
Good night.
Oh, good night, Laura. Sleep well. All right.
And I did see this. You know what? Kevin, I like this idea from AJ. So we have like once a week where we can have longer, we'll have dedicated, hey, come talk ball for a while. And then the other days it's like a 2-minute drill, like call-in style. And then we have like a designated, okay, here's your, you gotta mind the other stuff is like quick points in the call-ins. Maybe that's something we move to. Keep it more scheduled.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
I'm trying to. AJ was flaming us for like multiple times of the short call-ins, and I wanted to bring it up.
AJ, we're trying. Okay, it is 2:18 a.m. You think I'm listening?
I thought we did, and this, of course, we say like we're gonna.
We did how many call-ins?
Well, no, this is the first time that we Well, I guess technically second, but this is the first time that we.
We did like 6 call-ins in 20 minutes. That's decent.
Yeah, but this was the first time in a little while where someone didn't pop in and have to leave. So I guess we're accomplishing something.
Yeah, you know what? Progress, people. Progress.
Yeah.
You know what, Kevin? We kind of did. We kind of had a shorter one.
I mean, compared to the hour 15s, yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. But the reason why they're long sometimes is because we love talking to the community. We love talking to the community. So
Exactly. Well, Kevin, anything else today for this stream?
no, I guess my my Jordan Adams empire has been defeated.
Yeah.
I'm glad it did because they won. But I guess we can no longer call Jordan Adams the savior of the franchise. They can win without him. They can win without him. We can officially say that. So Jordan Adams, it was real. I'm gonna miss him every day.
Gonna miss him. Gonna miss him. But we'll have that streak forever.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching us at 2:19 a.m., hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Helps us out. We'll be back tomorrow. Orioles play at 4:00, going for the series win against the Athletic, looking to go 5-1 on the road trip. We will see you back after the game. And yeah, we'll see you then. Tanner Scott.
Junior Lake.
Oh, that was a great one.
Right off the I had